Where are you paying the money?
Mr. President, what did you do? You laughed.
I am not recognizing you. Why are we getting thrown out?
Hello, and welcome to Point of Order, where I bang comedians into shape with my gavel, and they try and act like they know something, and we all get to play Parliament for a day. It's like playing Doctor, but with more clothes on. Yeah, Doctor. We used to play that when I was a kid, but it was called Sangoma. And we burned something, we stopped playing it. Anyway, let's meet today's ministers. Chief Whip for the opposition is Honorable Low Fainter. Yes. The Honorable Low is here to provide balance. He increases average height in the room and average Afrikanerness. And joining Honorable Low is our Minister of Embodying Racial Harmony, Mr. Joey Rasdeen. Honorable Rasdeen is a very, very special snowflake, and he's the color of the rainbow that nobody can see. Rounding up opposition is Minister of Celebrity Stalking, Anne Hirsch. Now, the Honorable Anne is adept at hashtagging, subtweeting, and blending casually into the background when Angelina Jolie is onto her. Right. Honorable Lofenter, please test your blue lights.
It is working, Madam Speaker.
Lovely, always has been. In government, our Chief Whip, mistress of all she lays her eyes on, the boss lady, her damn self, it's the Honorable Celestine Ntuli. Honorable Ntuli is also a screen queen on Isibaya, hey, and a scream queen in the bedroom. Joining Celeste today, it's Minister of Shampoos and Conditioners, Mark Banks. Yes, now, the Honorable Mark has tried just about everything when it comes to what's on his head, apart from dignity.
Yes.
Or a shirt that makes sense.
Thank you.
And lastly, our very special guest today is the Minister of On-Screen Sizzling, Mpho Osei-Tutu. In an unprecedented turn of events, I do need to declare a conflict of interest because Honorable Mpho not only acts on our TV screens, but he also plays the part of my husband in real life. But I am completely unbiased, utterly, hey baby, unbiased. So please welcome tonight's winner, Mpho Osei-Tutu. My most honorable of ministers. So, I have a question. Sweetie, what do you want for dinner tonight?
The usual man, baby man.
No, man, I don't mean me in the bedroom. I mean... I'll let you think about it. We don't have all night. Well, Honorable Celeste, if you could please test your buzzer. Oh, beautiful blue lights. On a point of order, I now declare this show open. Now for us to ask a few probing questions just to see if there are any facts hiding under your comebacks and punchlines. Fingers on buzzers, please. Your first question for this round is, what position did Julius Malema hold for 4 years? And this was before EFF.
The 4 years which we have confirmed. Standard 3.
So your answer is, Honorable?
Standard 3.
Standard 3.
Standard 3.
Standard 3.
That's the position he held for 4 years. Opposition.
Madam Speaker, I believe the position that Julius Malema held for 3 years prior to the EFF was this one.
We have a photo of it.
Any last attempts at this one, government?
Can we say the last attempt? He was the leader of the ANC Youth League.
Excellent answer. That is true. He was the ANC Youth League president. And this was during his short-lived career in music where he sang Shoot the Boer. Although some thought he was saying shoot the poor. And he was saying, but why must I shoot the poor? Why? Venus is the hottest planet in the solar system due to its thick what? Venus is the hottest planet in the solar system due to its thick what? Yes, Governor.
Serena is the hottest.
No more buzzing from anyone.
But on a scientific note, Madam Speaker, I think the answer you're looking for is duvet. There's a very thick duvet.
Yes.
But Venus is not the hottest planet.
It's Mercury, Madam
It's
Speaker.
Mercury, Madam Speaker, because Mercury is the closest to the sun, and then it's Venus. Ammonia is found on Venus. And is for free there. Ammonia. Venus is made out of ammonia.
I would also say that Jupiter was the hottest planet because Jupiter's wearing that fancy little skirt around.
Yes.
So that's
It's a very hot planet.
So this season,
Yeah, very in at the
all
moment.
about rings at the
Yeah,
moment.
very-
But I have to agree with government. Serena, just ask Drake. Yeah.
Okay.
I have to agree with government.
Ask Drake. Wow. Okay. Government, is that your final answer?
Final answer. And I'm just very glad that nobody said it depends on the rings around Uranus. Because I'm going to save that for another comedian who might need it. So I'm just glad that nobody said anything about the rings around Uranus.
See.
Madam Speaker.
On a point of
you.
order, Madam Speaker, I would just like to inform the honourable member I would rather not think about the rings around Uranus or your member.
Well, before this becomes a bloodbath, I will give you the correct answer. The thickest thing that Venus has is the atmosphere. Yep, so even though Venus is not the closest one to the sun, it has the thickest outer atmosphere that traps all the heat it absorbs.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
So it's a hot air thing, much like Honourable Member Banks.
Yes.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Next question. What has Melbourne given to each of the city's trees? What has Melbourne given to each of the city's
Syphilis, Madam Speaker. Melbourne was always a bit loose when he went out. You know Melbourne? He's a dancer.
I think I've met him. He's very famous. Very
Got the
famous.
lovely eyebrows and the...
Little Mel.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that opposition. Yes, government.
It's absolute rubbish. There's no person as Melbourne. He never existed.
Okay.
We're talking about a tree.
So what did Melbourne give to each of the cities?
Zola buds.
Solar buds.
She ran. Oh my goodness. Zola buds.
Yes.
We've finished.
Can we get to the answer, please?
I was thinking Melbourne would have given the trees bad punchlines, like, let's do like a tree and leave. However,
Madam Speaker, with respect, I think you're barking up the wrong Melbourne.
well, let's not branch off too far.
Therein lies the root of the problem, Madam Speaker.
I see you throwing shade.
Madam Speaker, I suggest we park it here.
Please, may I leave the house now? No, please.
And the correct answer is email addresses.
Hello, I'm a tree. Here's my email address.
Right. And the winner of this round of questions
Thank you.
is... I am afraid in an unprecedented turn of events, it goes to both of you. There is no clear winner. It's a tie. With great power comes great responsibility. And it's now time to see how our ministers use that power in laying down the law. Honorable Celeste, your bench is going to propose a law. Opposition, you will then have a chance to oppose that law. Honorable Celeste, who is going to propose this law for us?
It's me, Madam Speaker.
Go ahead, thank you.
Thank you so much. You know, we need to stop this wearing of speedos outside of swimming competitions. I mean, all of us here, we've got different styles and different tastes. Few of us have real good taste. There are very few of us. And we must know how to cover our bodies. And me as a fat girl, I'm very experienced in that one because I cover everything. Sometimes I don't even breathe so as to cover my stomach. So I think wearing speedos is a no-no. Taking into consideration that most of the members here, their members are not as honorable to be seen in speedos. So we must look into that matter, that if people are not swimming and they are not in any competition, men must really, really refrain from wearing those. Unless otherwise, maybe, if you are from the upper side of Africa. Well, I mean, you might have a thing or two to show. Otherwise, if you're not, I mean, we're suffering. People go to, even Mpho guys these days are not as talented as most people will think. So we need to make sure that this is covered. And we are proposing a law that only men who are confident, shall I repeat, who are confident that they will show us stuff. But if you are just going to wiggle and jiggle for no reason, and you are not swimming, and you are not Chadley, sorry.
Can we cover up?
Yeah,
you must be confident.
Huh? Says the Ghanaian man. I'm sure, Madam Speaker, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yes.
Thank you so much.
Speedos in 3 different colors.
I thank you.
Right, opposition.
We appreciate that the government is yet again trying to blindside us with this false attempt at regulating our freedom of expression. However, we are afraid that this regulation against a very accepted and culturally, I could possibly say, integral piece of clothing might set a dangerous precedent. Where do we draw the line?
Yes.
If we stop allowing men to wear speedos as much as they revolt us to our very cause of our souls, what happens to the bikini, Madam Speaker? What happens to the G-string? What happens to the cycling pant, Madam Speaker? We have been in talks with the SPCA over the last couple of months, and we understand very, very clearly that the prevalence of the camel toe has helped to bring the important issue of the welfare of this desert mammal to the forefront of the agenda of the people. And we are offended by this attempt
Outrage.
to tell us what we are allowed to show of our junk and what not, Madam Speaker.
Government.
Well, in response to the bikinis and G-strings, we must know that we come from a very long and bad history of African women not being recognized for their trademark. And we have to wait for people from the West to detect us. How are we having and carrying our booty? So G-strings and bikinis are good for African booty. It's time we recognize it as such.
That's what we're saying.
This is now time for final
Not the
remarks. I want
speedos.
final remarks from government and final remarks from opposition. So government, quickly, please.
I do feel that indirectly the Speedo has added to the advancement of the potato industry in that a lot of people have worn potatoes in their Speedos from time to time. I myself, please, have worn potatoes in my Speedo on the beach on advice from a photographer and a lifesaver who said to fill the house, put a few potatoes in the Speedo, which I did. And only when I came off the beach, he did say to me, no, put them down the front of your Speedo, not down the back.
Thank you,
Which caused no end of embarrassment.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you.
and a swimming hazard.
Thank you. Madam Speaker, I would like to thank government, in fact, for making a statement on our behalf.
Thank you.
And proving that not only animal welfare and social and issues of social freedom of expression and the freedom of expression is being protected. However, in a surprise move where they seem to have crossed the floor on this issue, I myself, while Honourable Banks was discussing this, imagined Honourable Banks in a Speedo. And
Absolutely.
I now stand
Stand
behind
with
them.
the government. Please,
join
we
them.
work.
Take it away.
Please, we don't even have
I've been convinced.
But we don't have to put
Order. Arguments are closed. Thank you for all your meaningless contributions. It's time for us to vote. Members of the House, you now have your ballots. You will decide our fate. Please vote yay or nay. As Madam Speaker, I get the first vote. May I have the ballot box, please?
Point of order.
Thank you. Enjoy your brief moment of power, people. Members, we'll be back right after this. It is a mark of a great politician that the words they say will stick in your brain for years to come. Although sometimes those words stick like those dried 2-minute noodles. So, just how great are our politicians? To help us test that, please welcome our resident voice artist, Agri Lonake. Agri is going to properly set the scene for you by delivering the same quote as 3 different people. We would like to know who said, "My task is to defend my people against the ideas to destroy my people." Can we please get it as Julius Malema?
My task is to defend my people against the ideas to destroy my people.
Can we please get it as Eugene Terblanche?
My task is to defend my people against the ideas to destroy my people.
And can we now have it as Robert Mugabe?
My task is to defend my people against the ideas to destroy my people.
Opposition, who do you think that was?
Sounds like paranoid ramblings.
So it could be any one of them.
So it could be any one.
But I think, Madam Speaker, I think my other opposition, my party would know. Because they're from Bloemfontein, they're Afrikaans. So,
Yes. Well, Madam Speaker,
they heard it before.
the person of those 3 that has the biggest, the strongest grasp, I would say, of the English language, ironically, would be Robert Mugabe. So I'm going to take him out of the mix on that one. What do you think? I'm feeling Malemish.
I'm feeling to Blanchish.
To Blanchy.
Yeah.
To Blanchy Malemish.
Blanchish.
Madam Speaker, our answer is that if Julius Malema had a baby
With
with
Eugene
Eugene
to
to Blanche, and that baby,
Maleshi. We will say it's Maleshi.
Maleshi.
Little Maleshi.
Little
Julian Terblanche.
racist little colored boy.
That's your final answer? Lovely.
Yes, Madam.
And government.
I think it will be Mugabe.
You go Mugabe? Mugabe. Our friend, our very, very, very
good
close friend. In fact, we are like this. We've all got arthritis.
The correct answer is Eugene Terblanche.
That's us.
Yes.
That's us.
You get half a point.
I'll take it.
For half the parent.
But I did
so
say...
this was Eugene Terblanche because we all know that white privilege is a myth.
Yeah, but wait, Madam Speaker, I did say that, Madam Speaker.
Okay.
And then they said it's me,
Okay.
a colored.
Like I
Okay.
said,
So,
little racist colored boy.
right. And I would
But
say
even then you were
opposition, okay, let's close it. Opposition wins by a hairball. The ball, the hair of a ball.
Dingleberry.
Madam Speaker, did you mean a ball hair?
A ball hair.
A hairball is...
Yes. Right. Can you talk complete nonsense for 2 minutes without batting an eyelid? Then you'd be great in politics. Let's test our honorable ministers and their ability to talk cack for 2 minutes on one topic. No pausing, no going off topic. Talking cack for government. It's Mark Banks. Mark, I would like you to speak for 2 minutes. Speak cack for 2 minutes on no excuses. and go.
No excuses. You know, it's funny you should bring that subject up because only this morning I was thinking, isn't it amazing how every day somebody wakes up and thinks of an excuse to fill in for the absolute inability to work, to deliver, to keep an appointment with an excuse. They actually find excuses for the excuse that they're going to render forth. And I think, where do these people think these excuses up? And I've discovered it's on the way to work, whether it be on foot, in a bus, in a plane, on a train, in a TV studio, even sitting in your very seat where your honourable personage body, person are sitting, thinking up excuses for what one is going to have to listen to. And the perfect excuse has never, ever been invented yet. Many people all over the world have worked throughout the night to think up the perfect excuse.
Yes, opposition.
Madam Speaker, honourable member, I hate to interrupt you, but it seems that you are talking about excuses, honourable member, and
Yes.
not the topic, which is, of course, no excuses.
Well, excuse me for that.
It feels like you're making excuses for yourself.
I was getting to the
I'm
no
afraid
excuse,
I'm going to have to go with opposition on this one and hand it over to Honorable Mpho Osei-Tutu to continue talking kak on no excuses.
Well, no excuses are quite common, especially amongst us in government here, because we don't actually like to give excuses for things that aren't necessarily true. So what then happens is that we are forced to dream up a non-excuse, which would then elicit some kind of a response from the opposition, which would imply that we have an excuse, which we don't. So what I'm actually saying is that no excuses are the way forward for this country, and if we don't give non-excuses, we shall end up doomed.
Time is up. And you're right, you should have no excuses for forgetting our anniversary. And talking kak for the opposition, it's Honorable Anne. As Minister of Celebrity Stalking, we'd like you to talk for 2 minutes on the Kardashians. And go.
The Kardashians, thank you, Madam Speaker, are actually our modern-day Adam and Eve family. Now, how this works is, Madam Speaker, is the first known celebrity couple, known by their celebrity couple name, was Zadiv, Adam and Eve. That was their celebrity couple name. Of course, until the snake came into the Garden of Eden, sort of a modern-day Kirstenbosch scenario, and presented half of Zadiv with the apple, which is a modern-day version of sort of a book deal.
Sorry, there's no Apple mentioned in the Bible at all. There was Nokia, Microsoft, the tree of the fruit of knowledge.
Opposition, unless you are going to object, please do not press your buzzer. Continue, please, Anne.
This modern-day book deal was, of course, in the form of the apple or fruit. And that brings me full circle to my point, which is the Kardashians are our modern-day Adiv. Now, a lot of people do not know this, and I did bring it up earlier, but Kim Kardashian started off as Paris Hilton's bestie. Bestie, who was Adam's bestie? The fruit tree. Okay, you gotta stay with me here, people. Eve is Kanye. Kanye, sad person. Because Adam eating apple. Apple, book deal.
Yes, government.
I'm sorry, there's a lot of Adam and Eve and less of Kardashians.
Yeah,
I was just going to bring it all back in a lovely circle.
To hand it over
I was just going to bring
the Honorable Lowe.
back to the Kardashians.
Kim Kardashian represents, in many ways, Madam Speaker, an obsession with ourselves. We look at the picture of Kim Kardashian's posterior, which broke the internet, and we see a lot of excess. The Kardashians represent in many ways an excess of narcissism. The Kardashians represent in many ways an obsession with media. The Kardashians, Madam Speaker, is what many would refer to as the poison which poisons the well of our society and our culture. I remember the first time I saw Kim Kardashian.
Time's up. Right.
Thank you.
My goodness, you guys sure do talk cack. Your butt should be very jealous of your mouths right now. And on that, no opposition wins that round. Before we get to revelations, it's almost time for our play parliament to end. But before we do that, we need to check in on the results of the votes. May I have the results, please? Sir.
Point of order.
Well. No, thank you, sir.
I'm watching you.
Government, you proposed a law stating that wearing Speedos outside of competitive sports should be illegal. A very closely fought battle, but the law does not pass with 55% against. Baby, your Speedos are in the wash. But for the day, I must say, the most honorable minister goes to, unfortunately, and I did not even make this decision easily, my beloved, my husband, the most honorable of honorables.
Madam Speaker.
You get to be on top tonight. And of course, the winning team, ladies and gentlemen, unbelievably so. And again, this was not a decision easily made by me, but you know, side dishes are always important. Opposition, you take. A big thank you to Honorable Anne, Honorable Lo, Honorable Joey,